Hi. So, yeah, video yesterday. very big, very big emotions. Very much a. Let me just talk it out. Show what's going on. Glasses are still. Anyway, I'm at. I'm probably not going to take you in with me, but I am at Goodwill right now because I'm trying to find a jewel-toned top. Most of my clothes have logos and or are just deeply uncomfortable if they are like more workplace things because they're old. I haven't needed to wear nice clothes for a while, but I'm going to be on set for the next couple of days. When this comes out, I will already be doing that. I can't talk about it, but I will be taking you with me kind of vlog style a little bit, sort of, and to just talk after because I just I've only ever been on the set of Good Burger 2. I've only done that twice as background acting work, and I'm just interested and excited to see what this has in store. Um, it's not a very well-paying gig. It's kind of gig where you basically are just getting a stipend to be there. Um, but so much of this type of work and world is, I want to say luck based because it really is about being in the right place at the right time and interacting with the right people. It's an industry of synchronicity, basically. And this type of thing just, it felt very just like ooh when I submitted for it, and then when I received it, only after I got in did I even know where I like where I was going, what I was actually doing this for. And I looked into it and was just like, this is cool. I'm excited for this to be the case. Sorry for the. I keep testing. Things are clear. This is just lingering fun stuff. I'm gonna go in there with a mask anyway. Probably wear a mask on. We'll see. we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I also am vlogging this a little bit because this morning when I had a conversation with Gaia just about life and everything, because I did stop. Today's my last post for Substack that I wrote. I just when you're like, it's like a relationship where you have Oscar says it best in The Office. I've been looking for a reason to get out of that relationship anyway, right? Like, I haven't loved Substack. I did, and I very much appreciated it for what it was, especially just as a place to play and as a place to, write and publish and just get a feel for how that feels. But I didn't like the fact that what it promised, it didn't deliver on. I didn't like the fact that if you get paid, your personal information is potentially available to anybody that does pay through their platform to support you. I don't like that. Patreon doesn't do that. I just don't like it because you have to, if you don't want your address with Stripe to be available to a customer, you literally have to pay for some service to have a physical mailbox somewhere. It's a whole thing. That's why I didn't. I initially did have payment options open and then I closed them because I found that out and I was just like, oh, I don't like that. I write too much personal stuff to like that. So yeah, I've had a very complicated feeling relationship with Substack the whole time I've been writing on it. I just also do appreciate the people that I have subscribed to and that I do read what I like when I like when it comes into my my inbox, and I've got the people that I want now. I've gone through a year of curating and deciding, and so they'll just be who I am now subscribed to. Not even gonna pop back onto Substack at all. I've got a final post going out today, and then a few others from the other Substacks that I'd already written, and they're scheduled, some of them through March. So I'll be gone, but my posts will still keep happening. Kind of like it's a little like my life on Substack posthumously. That's a little bit funny to me. I think it's funny. And I'll do this when I get home. Yesterday morning, before I went downstairs, before I saw the comment that completely derailed my day and just kind of set me up to be like, you know what? Thank you. I think this is good. This is good. I want this to be what I'm not doing anymore. I'm picking up new things, and every time you pick up new things, it really is time to reassess what to put down. I'm putting down Substack. It doesn't really fill me the way that it did. This does. This really does. This fills that particular cup, as does doing consultant-based work with my friend, and as does getting back into acting a little bit and seeing where that goes, because well, we'll see. I'm a performer on this, and I keep trying to do this, so. And I talk a lot. a lot. That's why you're here, though, right? That's why you love me. You talk a lot too, don't you? You do. It's fine. It's cool if you just watch me to judge, but to be completely honest, if you like what you see, it's because you're like this too. And I love and respect you for that too. Could you imagine how long we would probably talk together? Oh, God, we would never shut up. We would be two of those people. I've worked with people like that where we just won't shut up when we're together. That's why it's good that we're remote, right? Oh my God, you never get work done? Yeah, I'm one of those too. But truly, why I'm here, not just to get the top, because I could make what I'm wearing now work, but I got the necklace. It's really pretty. I need a top to kind of honor the necklace and that feels comfortable. That's my goal. I want to go with green. That's why I'm even wearing like green's kind of my, like blue's kind of my color, but green really is too. I like green. So we're going to try for that. I'm not confident vlogging when people are around, so don't expect that. It might happen, but don't expect that. And though, for real, I know I got off on a tangent about the thing that I wrote. It's just because I'm going to tell you later, because there was a poem I wrote out from my guides that prepared me for receiving that comment, and it's why I did the video. It's just a lot of stuff. And I didn't write out a poem about it this morning, but the conversation I had with Gaia this morning, she was basically like, if you go to Goodwill and you do the vlog, which I kind of was thinking about, there might be an object for you. And I was like, oh, one of those? And they're like, yeah, one of those. So here's the thing. I literally have always felt like a thing, especially once I touch it, is now for me, right? Like, that there's a story with it, that me having it with myself, because things are artifacts, you know, I know we're talking in like gaming terms, but truly artifacts. When you entangle with them and they become a part of your story, a part of your life, a part of something that continues forward with you beyond just the slight interaction that you have. I mean, that then too, because you're still entangling with it. But when it becomes yours, you gain the, like, when you're an Akashic Record reader, you gain access to that object's everything. Every item in a Goodwill has stories with it. Every item and everywhere has stories with it. But for the most part, you go to a store where things are roughly new. Most of the stories are very sad about how things were created and how they traveled and everything and everyone that was touched along the way. That's part of why I don't like buying things online. It's why I got so frustrated about having to buy a sled online, and why I'm really grateful that my guides and everybody that's been helping me was like, no, Charlie, under no circumstances do you get a sled that you haven't touched. Because it's just a part of how I make decisions. Touch. The tactile nature of being able to connect with a thing allows you on a body-based level to know if it's for you or not. You can't tell through a screen. And if someone else is choosing it and throwing it in a cart and sending it to you, that's, again, it's just a level of separation. Might not be a thing for you. There's more metaphysics to that, and we'll get into it. Okay, we'll get into it. We'll be talking about it today. That's what this vlog is. It's sort of a like, hey, Gaia told me that this is going to be a thing, and I was just like, okay, I'll vlog it. I'll see what happens, because what she showed me was that there was there might be an object in there that would be worth my purchasing. Which I'm trying not to like bring more things in. I'm trying to get things out of my life and my home. We have too much stuff. I want to like find it new homes, right? And in time I will, but for the purposes of this vlog and to kind of show you like here's a thing that truly is possible, capable, what comes through when I hold an object. Because truly, I touch a tree, I touch a stone, I can read into the Akashic records of the area and into the historical, like who has been here. Objects have eyes. I mean, they have Akashic records too. everything we create creates an Akashic record. I call them Akashic record containers because they are their own individual things. Some people might call them their own books or their own, like, whatever. But I refer to the Akashic records not as a library, but as the universe's metadata, because to me, that's just what makes the most sense, right? Like, it's the metadata of the universe. That's what the Akashic records are. I don't know what to tell you. That's what they are. And so to have an object that's made, you get the history of that object creation and every room that it's been in, everything it's seen, everything it's entangled with. Right? Right? Now, this is a little bit like a Cousin Dolores can hear a pin drop. It's one of those, right? Cousin Dolores is not living her life being completely overwhelmed by sounds the whole time. Can hear. I love that inclusion so much. And I'm not even sure if the writers like understood what they did when they put that character in. Oh, probably. But like, Dolores's capacity to hear works the same as channeling. She can tune into it because she can also tune into who and where and like what. Otherwise, it would just be complete cacophony. And sometimes I'm sure, especially early on, she was like, oh no, I opened my channel and there's just everything. But it's basically channeling. Cousin Dolores is basically a stand-in for channeling. I mean, really, yes, it is auditory. And yes, she is hearing it. And also, can we prove that it's not just her listening in on the Akashic line? No, we cannot. No, we cannot. But also, like, for real, it's any of our skills, any of the things that we can do, one, you kind of have to play with them. You kind of have to test them. You kind of have to like, like see sort of like, oh, this is really what's sort of happening. Okay, interesting. And two, it's not an everything everywhere all at once thing. I'm going in there and I'm going to be touching a number of things, but I do actually really listen to my guides when it comes to these kinds of trips because I've done this before. I've done this before where I've gone into antique stores and it's always the like used places where I don't want to say you want to be careful, but like don't go touching everything. I go into an IKEA and I touch the rugs because I love the feeling of a clean rug. I don't have it in my life, so I go to IKEA and I touch the rugs. That's my confession. But you've already seen it. If you see my other vlogs, like you've seen it. Like I literally do because it's very comforting to go to IKEA and just one of the display rugs just be like, oh my god, it's so clean. There's no dog fur. There's no, I haven't cleaned it. I haven't like vacuumed properly, or I have a shitty vacuum and I can't afford to get like one of the nice ones that I really do need. Like, yeah, like it just feels nice, you know, you just, sorry. I'm sorry. It's just life's been hard and being able to like pet a rug at IKEA has been very therapeutic. So I recommend it. Also really grateful that they have vegan options. That was really nice. Thank you, IKEA. Oh god, I'm getting so far gone. I said I was going to go in here, but truly like if you're walking into a space to like experiment with this, to like test it, to see like, oh, can I pick up on an object story or can I pull in a story based on this object? If you're doing that, if you're walking into a space like this and you're doing that, before you go in, please set an intention, ask your guides for help, and then act like a child. Be your own child self and parent self, and do not touch everything. If you want to get close with your hand and kind of hover for a second and see, like, is this something I want to touch? Let your body respond and see what happens, because I do that. When I've experimented with this over the last year, I didn't realize that this is what I was experimenting with. I didn't know. I didn't know that this was what it was, that they were sort of like, my guides, like, because I'll just be in a space and I'll be able to feel the energetics of the room. And, it's not exactly, I don't remember the name of the movie, but there's this little, the door, something about a door. No, it's like not the mobile door. I don't know, but there's this door that like, it's a British movie, very fantastical set design oh god, set design was so fun. But there's a door and you open it and it's basically a portal to like literally wherever. And there's goblins that are very poorly represented, but it's fine. It was fun, but like, I don't know, it kind of went off the rails there for a second. But I'm gonna spoil some things for people, so I'm sorry, but the way of seeing like the person that a particular object actually was. It's not quite like that, but when you think of it in terms of the Akashic story that can be pulled out of this thing, this artifact, well, when you still have unprocessed trauma, you might be drawn to the things that resonate with the same trauma you've got. So maybe that glass bowl that you're like, oh my God, I love it, and you bring it home, maybe having it on your shelf actually is just constantly still playing a loop of the day that that glass bowl saw him murder her. Right? And so now that's a song, that's a soundtrack in your living room every day, because it's just playing it, just on continued whatever. And when you're more sensitive to this kind of stuff and you're doing this kind of work and you're kind of just more in touch and in tune with how connected we all are, with how connected all of this, everything we create really is, you know, you can spin out about this kind of stuff and worry that you're doing the wrong thing. You're not. You can whatever. None of this, I feel like I want to say, you know, go into this with intentionality, go into these sorts of things with intentionality. Because at this moment, my hand is tingling. Because this is me setting myself up. It's already taken me 16 minutes. I'm sitting in my car for we're going to talk for a few more minutes because we're sort of getting you online to do it. Okay. This is kind of a big trip for me. Like some of the things that I'm about to do, because I'm about to demonstrate something. I'm being extra performer mode, and I'm this and I'm that. And so there's a lot of energetics involved and blah, 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 blah. When I've tested this on my own without recording it, and I don't need to do all of this. I walk into a space, my guides will be like, hey, don't touch anything. And I'm like, okay, I won't touch anything. That's it. It's like a mom coming in and being like, all right, we're here. Don't touch anything. Nothing with your sticky fingers. Because I don't want to break anything. And I don't want this. I mean, honestly, if you're going in to experiment with this, you're kind of going in open-hearted kid mode who wants to touch things. And it's not that you're going to go pick up something that's going to cause you some sort of issue or problem or whatever. Get that shit out of your mind right now. Get it out. Get it the fuck out, okay? That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is high vibration, as a kid, loving consciousness exploration, okay? That's just all I really want to say about that, because yes, I just told you a story about an object that had a resonance of something really horrifying that then ended up in somewhere else. Yes. Does that mean it's going to impact your life in any way at all that you actually notice? Not really. No more than the rest of the noise of the world. But part of what you do when you KonMari something, when you pick it up and you feel it, does it spark joy? You're feeling for a body-based, does this resonate with me sensation. That's the whole point of picking it up and holding it. Yes, to take a moment with it. Yes, to honor it. Yes, to everything. But the main point is you are feeling in your body, is this for me? And does this spark joy, which, as we know, is high vibration resonance, right? Exactly. So I don't say this as I feel like putting the PSAs out there. It's not a big scary thing. It's not a big whatever would be the most extreme version of, oh no, definitely this thing is potentially evil and blah, 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 blah. People will believe that, and people will absolutely do that to things. They will add whatever stuff to stuff. They will add words and spells to artifacts, but those words and spells to artifacts, thank you, I'm getting an Akashic explanation here. The words and spells that were put onto artifacts by their originators are not bound by anything that humans have to worry about beyond what the scope of the original casting was for. Which, okay, and then I'm sort of being shown that unless it was for very specific and consecrated sacredness objects, which were done in rituals, and they're taking me to caves where I'm seeing murals being painted. I'm seeing these kinds of Yeah, especially painted on the ceramics because they knew how long ceramics would last. There were definitely incantations and very specific in this artifact. We put our shared history. We put our lessons. They basically were taking their lived experiences and lessons and putting them into the artifacts themselves so that the stories would be what are accessible by those who come after, when they are also doing the same levels of ritual. Yeah, okay. Humans have been doing this for a really long time, right? Like, we create artifacts, and depending on what we do with them, the stories kind of infuse into the very fabric of that artifact's reality and then become part of it. I'm just remembering Adamus saying something about, like, don't go get old stuff, like get new stuff. Like, don't bring old stuff into your house, new stuff. And I laughed at the time when I like saw that. I was like, you just don't like antique stores. Like, but it's because it carries stories, and it's because it carries entanglements, and it just, the more entanglements that you have in your life and in your space, you know, your space gets filled with those stories too. And it's just about, what is it that you really want to be part of that? What is it that you really want to be filling your space with that? And really, if we're even just going at this from like a psychological perspective, yeah, the stuff that's in your awareness at all times, it impacts you. Those items that you put on the shelf because someone gave it to you and you don't really like it, does it make you happy to see it, or does it kind of piss you off every time you walk by that shelf? Get rid of it. Send it to Goodwill so that someone like me can pick it up and go, oh, you're for me. Yay. Because something about this resonates in a way that feels correct for me. Yeah, that's how I do it. Am I good? It's been 22 minutes. Are we good? It was 22 minutes and 11 seconds as I said that, which is really funny. One more moment. We're not quite there. Who am I tapping into right now? The originator of this particular quest will not be named. She is other-sided, and one of her items is in Goodwill. She would appreciate a song so that you may provide it on this channel. That's who locked in? I had a person, like, I've been feeling my hand basically get, like, exoskeletoned, I would be the easiest way to call it. Not really, but like there's an energetic attunement and alignment that I felt happening because I provide internal space for guests, right? I do it on Zuzu and Proxy and Charlie and Guest. I didn't know that I would be shopping with a ghost today. That's fun. I don't think have I done this so far? Not to this degree. Okay. This is why I shouldn't agree to things. This is why I shouldn't agree to do vlogs with you. I swear. This is a Gaia. Blame Gaia. Blame Gaia for these vlogs. Or thank her. I don't know. Do you like this? Is this fun content? I just... What is happening to me? We're almost there. Okay. I heard the name Gloria. Are we going to be talking this whole time? Because I really was hoping to just get a top. I'll help you with that too. Okay. All right. Well, Gloria and I are going to go to the Goodwill and we're going to find me a top, and I'm going to see if there's an object in there that's got a story of hers that we can share in song. And I'm not doing that in a parking lot. Can we all be clear on that? Don't worry. You'll take it home and do it there. Okay. Someday this won't feel weird. Someday this will feel normal. Right? It'll feel normal. I'm not the only one who does this. I'm clearly not the only one who does this. It's not possible for me to be the only one who does this. Okay. Wish me luck. I'll keep you updated. Okay. So, like, be honest with me. This is very, like, girl doesn't know how to dress herself, right? Like, these don't really work. Kind of do like this, but it's too tight. Yeah. I just prefer that. I like that, but it's like I can't really move my arms. All right, we'll try the other one. What do you think? Like, I know it's hard to see in here. I mean, like, it's fine. I don't love how my arms. I do like got banding in my arms, so they always look not how I like them, but you're comfy. If I sit, you're gonna see my rolls, but like, whatever. I got rolls. It's cool. I mean, actor. Totally, right? Yeah. Yeah, you believe me as an actor, as a human, as a person who kind of fits in clothes. I mean, right? Plus, there's a tag on it that shows that no one's ever worn it before, so that's nice, and it's $13. Because Goodwill charges $13 for tops now. Well, it's new, so yay. It feels okay. All right, I'm gonna go find that thing from Gloria now. Okay, so back in the car. Thank you for coming along with me, at least to look at the clothes. I truly don't. I go for comfort. I don't really go for like what looks good. But got the green top because it's at least something. It might be wrinkly because I'm not gonna iron it. Sorry. And then I was like, all right, Gloria, take me through the Goodwill. Where do you want to go? And before going in, I had all the things that your mind does where you're like, all right, so what's it gonna be? My brain went to like basket. I was like, oh, you're gonna get like a basket or something, and then a scarf. And I was like, I mean, okay. There were these different things that were popping up, and I wasn't actively trying to come up with what it might be. But we also just do that, right? Our minds do that. Our brains, like, we're expecting something to happen. So we kind of insert filler until it does. Otherwise, anxiety goes a little too haywire. So, yeah. But I got out of the dressing room and was like, all right, Gloria, what? What do you want? And I started walking up and down the aisles, and I got this image of a toy and just this sort of conversation around how she wanted to do a song for her grandchild and for the toy for her grandchild. And so I was like, okay, we'll go walk through the toy section. I've bought many a toy at Goodwill for myself because I collect things and I just like toys, and with Scout we definitely always bought toys. So yeah, always did that. And it was funny because we got through it and I passed by these two women having some sort of conversation that had to do with at least one of their grandchild and like helping her daughter understand just something about the grandchild that she didn't know about. I don't know. It's just the kind of conversations you pass, and you try really hard to not be an eavesdropper because you don't want to be, but it's a Goodwill. There's no room. So you're hearing every conversation that is around you. And I found that really funny because I was like, conversation about grandkids during this. And then we got out of the toy section because nothing, like I perused, I did the like, just take all the information into my visual cortexes and just feel for what is calling to me. Nothing was calling to me. And then there was this like, whoa, kind of feeling. And I was just asking, I was like, so what's going on? And I got from Gaia, I was like, do you know what you're doing right now? And I was like, I really don't. Can you explain? For my edification, please, can you explain? And they basically were like, you're helping Gloria walk through letting go herself, letting go, because she was the type of person who gifted items to people as expectation, right? Like the kind of gifter where she put so much thought and so much of herself into the gifts that she gave that sometimes truly a little bit of her essence would like go into a toy. like she just loved her grandkids, so she loved that grandbaby so much. And she missed the baby years so much because she thought she did such a great job with like her daughter. I didn't mean to say it like that. That came out a little bitchy sounding, but like she felt like before her daughter had her own like autonomy that she was doing everything right. And then once her daughter had autonomy, she was like, oh shit, I'm not. I'm not doing this right at all. And she spent the rest of her parenthood being such an anxious mess all the time. And things became a way of expressing love because she just, honestly, I'm picking up on like undiagnosed ADHD, undiagnosed autism brain. Like I because of my brain type, I kind of tend to pull folks through who have similar brain types just because, right? Like easier for me, easier for them, easier for everybody. Like, and she spoke in the language of things. She spoke in the language of, I don't know how to communicate this to you, so instead I will put it into this object, right? Her daughter hated it. Kind of a minimalist, didn't like it because didn't speak in things. Spoke with much better communication skills. Spoke with much better communication skills, kind of because Gloria really did nail it, like in those early years. She really did, and then she became a complete anxious mess, and some things definitely took over that she's not proud of. And she's like, yeah, the stuff, I know the stuff. Okay, well, so that was part of a like a ritualized see through another person's eyes what this really means in a non-entanglement kind of way, because she could always see some of those items through like a, you know, family member's eyes, through like we as humans do allow kind of like ride-alongs sometimes. If you ever feel like someone's with you, you might be offering them a little bit of a glimpse into your day moment. It's one of the ways that we like connect with people, and really like if you truly feel like a sign from a loved one is in like your awareness right now, you might be offering them a ride along in that moment so that they get your perspective on something, or so that they get a chance to just kind of be with you for a minute and lift you up and help you with your internal resonance and like life choices and just all the stuff that you've been asking for, whoever it is you ask. If you ever do, and you're not just constantly lamenting everything, but you actually like actively are like, hi universe, help, anybody anybody provide me with help. You do have to ask. You literally do have to ask in order to receive. Just putting that out there, because nobody intervenes to like change or whatever. You need to make a conscious choice to request help. It's also just a good practice to do with other humans, right? So it's easy to practice on like the universe or guides or Gaia or a loved one who's passed on or just whatever. Sorry, I'm holding this with one hand because I have my hand on the object itself right now. And even I'm asking, I'm like, why does my hand have to be here? And they're like, it's helping. Don't worry about it. Story of my life. Don't worry about it. That's what my guides have to tell me all the fucking time. Don't worry about it. So anyway, we walk past the toy section. I feel this sort of like release feeling, to really just sort of disentangle the object that is there. There were several. There were a few other pieces. It was the toys that I was needing to remove. Oh, okay. She didn't want her essence basically to go with those toys into a new home. Not because it would have caused problems, but just because it's... What comes across for me is like it's rude. Like it's rude to stay entangled in like a toy that then goes into another child's room that you have nothing to do with in this lifetime, because it's just rude. It's rude, and she doesn't want to. It will be in a, because kids are really malleable and they're very open to things, and she just didn't want the energy of I can only express my love for you in this toy, and so the toy becomes the only thing that matters about this, because there were toys that were given at Christmas that she was not pleasant about when she heard that it was going to be donated. Big fight. Not okay. Sorry. Didn't understand why it hurt me so much to hear that you didn't see value in what it was that I gave. Felt like it was leaving me behind and everything. I knew I didn't have more time. I knew the things would outlast me. It hurt that you didn't see it that way. Okay. So what we did settle on, and it was actually a debate, because when I first saw it, I was like, I don't want that. Like, it was up on a shelf, and it was like, that's it, that right there. I was like, really? Okay. But I am a fan of utilitarian things, and this, yeah, it's just a little stand for, I mean, obviously for jewelry, but like I do have a lot of things that could be like hung on here. Plus there's this one little like kind of wonky, yeah, you can see it, one little wonky thing, and honestly that's what sold me on it, because I was like, oh, there's a little wonky part, it's a little bit messed up. Okay, I like that. I like that it's a little messed up. I'm not gonna fix it, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then like I don't have pierced ears, and I don't know what to do with these like little loopy-doop things, but I like that they're little spirals. They kind of remind me of a hostess cake, right? And I can't eat those anymore, so I gotta get my fix somehow, right? And yeah, I'll probably put it in my office, and it'll probably hang out there with me unless and until it's time for it to move on to its new home, because I do that too, so. I am not entangled in this in the same way, but do know it was also a gift that has been donated. Because the person who got it didn't want it either. Yeah, fair. Well, I didn't either, but it was only $4. And I was like, that's less than you paid for it. And Gloria, she's like, oh, that's much less than I paid for it. I was like, that's why you don't just buy shit. I am also a person that does not really like getting a lot of stuff, especially from people who speak in things and don't, you know, they're so wrapped up in the fact that that's how they think, that they don't really consider that other people have ways of existing and thinking, especially at the holidays when there is so much of an influx of stuff. Like, oh, your daughter, man. Yeah, I know, your daughter's also got the neurodivergence going on. And like, oh, the just like, if you even suspect that one of your kids has any kind of neurodivergence, and you're a person who speaks in things, you probably also have a neurodivergence, please listen to them when they tell you, please know stuff. Because it's fucking overwhelming to then have to understand that you're receiving stuff in love, but then have to be the fucking responsible adult in the room to do something with it in a way that genuinely costs on an emotional level, because you know that you're basically betraying the person that gave it to you. You know that you're doing that. And it hurts, and you basically have to become your bitchy self just to do it. And that's not a healthy way to have a relationship with someone who's just trying to give you presents at Christmas. The answer is, no thank you, no presents. Maybe make something. Maybe make a thing that's food. Did I tell you that I changed my diet recently? Hey, maybe figure out how to make that fun. Or if I do a thing, like be very specific about like digging for what you need instead of acquiring as much as you possibly can. These are the lessons you've learned. Yeah. Sometimes you don't learn these lessons until you're on the other side and you're kind of going through your life review and you're doing some cleanup work, because that's sort of what you have to do. Seriously, that's why I don't want to use it on people, but seriously, a favorite phrase for when people are mean to you is just, wow, I don't envy your life review. Because you have to do cleanup work. You have to clean up stuff when you're on the other side. That's part of your job. You have to clean up some of the shit you caused while you're here. Yep. Yes, you do. You genuinely do. So, you know, I mean, it's fine. You have guidance, but you have guidance while you're here. And also, it's way more fun to work on your shit here, get past it, move past it, have better relationships, so that, one, you don't have whatever the fuck you have to do on the other side that could involve other humans that are currently having things activated. Like, no offense. And Gloria, you've been a fun companion, but how long are you really going to be here? Once we move and provide, we will be finished. Okay. I'm gonna head home, set this back up in my office, put that in my office, I guess, and I will give one final whatever it is Gloria has to offer. I'm just putting this out there in general. I'm not offering this as a service now, am I? In a way, yes. God. I mean, I am the one who wanted to go to Goodwill, I guess. Is that on me? You're just the one who said yes to Gaia this morning. Be careful who you say yes to. I mean, it's fine. This is content. I keep asking for content. This is Gaia giving me content. But like, That's fine. No, like, oh, why am I complaining? This is what I'm trying to do as like a job. I literally just took Substack off. I'm telling you that I took Substack, talking to my, huh? Gonna go. Okay. All right. So back home in my comfiest of clothes to just try and facilitate a little bit of my central nervous system is completely, right? I know, baby. I'm sorry, Mabel. She hasn't gotten to be out of her crate yet. I'm gonna give you just a little bit of the Mabel tax. Look how sad. Oh, in the arms of the angels. Sorry. Yeah, when's the last time you had to see that commercial? I know, right? Remember? It's been a long time, right? But also not really, technically. Yeah, that's these days, isn't it? All right. So here's the deal. Thank you, Mabel. I'm a little bit concerned about what's about to come out of me. And I'm stalling for like energetic time because I just got a little preview. I'm not happy about it. I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased because, but it's also just like, you're just gonna keep hearing Mabel's like backup vocals here. She's part of the package, you know. Oh my God. It's like I was saying at the start, right? What you resonate with, what is part of your story, part of your history, part of what you have experienced during your time here. It's a little bit part of what your cells are broadcasting. At least some of the time. Depends entirely on just so many factors, but it just is. And one of the major in my life songs has been about intimate partner violence, sexual assault. My early career, my first full-time job was doing primary prevention and evaluation work in a sexual assault and domestic violence coalition for the state of Virginia. Like, and I have reasons for that, right? I have reasons for why I fell into that. I have a post-baccalaureate certificate in gender violence intervention. I got it in grad school, first time around. Like, there's reasons why there's reasons why people who have moved on might come through me in some things on this channel. Got a trauma history, the angels fucking use it, man, right? Like, so that being said, I know I already kind of teased about one thing, but yeah, Gloria basically was like, oh yeah, my new boyfriend murdered me. Got into an intimate partner violence situation later in life. Didn't really tell my baby girl about it. Didn't really tell a lot of people about it because the isolation became a problem. So easy to get isolated in Connecticut, y'all. Check on your friends if they move to Connecticut. I'm just saying. Don't abandon them if they move here because you're playing into that. If you do that, you're playing into it. You're being a bad friend. Yeah. You gotta be careful with one another. If you've built up a relationship with people, I'm not doing this to like shame people. This is sort of just a like, check on your people, please, right? Check on your people. And if you don't have the capacity to, then okay. But at least be kind when you say goodbye. That's my own stuff. That's nothing to do with Gloria. Yeah. Because Gloria didn't move here. She grew up here. He did. He moved here. I'm not even holding her object. Will it be more helpful to do that? Because I was kind of hoping to explain to folks what exactly all of this is. We will provide. Okay. You know, when the glasses come off, things get serious here. Okay. The song you are about to hear is one that is being Gaia assisted. It is heavy. It is painful. It is Gloria's goodbye. And love. With the hope and understanding that she hopes when her daughter sees it, It will fill her with love and will relieve her of some of the guilt she has been burdened with because of it. So, things in this world are much more than what we believe them to be. You see a stand for jewelry, somewhere to hang mementos. This is where I left my story, in the things I found. The more that I was burdened, the further I could feel myself bound. Didn't know how to talk about feeling like I'd done everything wrong in my life. Supposed to be the wise one. Isn't that what your 50s are for? Being the wisdom of the world. Being what everyone says you should be. But I'm not everyone. That's not me. I haven't had a life that's been an easy one for relationships with other people, especially men. They never quite understood what was going on inside of my head, and when I found him, he seemed like the kind of guy that I could just hang out with. In the quiet of my life, I always liked the quiet, always liked being with myself and my thoughts and the things that I couldn't make. That was what made me happy, that was what filled me up. But everyone around me said, you are not okay, you need someone to be home with, someone to shovel the driveway, I guess. But no one ever really thought about me. They just saw what they could see, a frail, fat, undeserving person who never got quite what she needed. I always felt judged by every single person in my life, including myself. I was the one to judge me most of all. And when you do that, you often find that you will just allow yourself to be mistreated all the time by everyone. You don't stand up and say anything unless it's time to have another conversation about the mess. I know the house was full of stuff. I know it was cluttered, but it was mine. I liked my little things. They provided me with whimsy in my life. I didn't really have it anywhere else. It was all I could do to just try to maintain. I did things like arrange them in ways that I always felt really proud of, but no one else ever saw what I could do. I just got no, and you should do this and do that and do this and do that. He never talked to me like that. He liked that I liked things too. He kind of brought more in and was definitely an enabler, or two or three or four or five or six. There were lots of perspectives that he often provided in any moment. And when it was time for us to have our regular debate about what we should do, I told him I don't really want to continue with this relationship. I I don't like how being with you makes me feel anymore. I'm sorry. He just stood quietly. Didn't know he had a gun. Didn't know he had bought one. I know that this is just a thing. Especially now. It really is quite cheap. It's not really something that you deserved. I just thought you would like it. And we always talked about how to arrange things. I like the little swirly parts too. Sorry, I didn't consider the whole I'm trying to pare down thing. I thought that this was fixing that need. Actually, this was me trying, failing but trying. I'm glad that you felt like you could get rid of it. It makes me so proud. That's why I wanted to be here. I just need you to know how proud I am of you. Everything that you've done with your life is what I always wanted you to do. I may not be great with the words, and maybe I've not been the most attentive mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but oh, I'm so proud this is not in your house. It's a cheap piece of crap. The fact that it's here is kind of funny to me now. So, honey, please get rid of everything I've given you. Unless for some reason it calls, it sparks, it makes you feel that level of joy that says my mom's love is real. And everything else, give it away, because people like this person will say, oh, yeah, sure. Let them do that. Let them find the things that you don't need in your life. I'm not in things. I'm right here and I'm not going anywhere. Sorry for what you have carried all this time, my dear. I'm sorry I couldn't come sooner. You have been in so much grief and fear. It's not your fault, even a little bit. I made my choices and I never told you or asked for your help, even though that was what I could have been doing. The next time someone opens their voice to you and says, please help me, I know that you will. You're that person. I'm so proud. I love you so much. And I'm so excited to see what she's going to grow up to be too. Okay. You forgive the fact that I come back in full skeptic mode, but you please tell me how you would feel if, guy was like, hey, if you do a vlog at Goodwill today, we'll remember those times when you picked up a thing and you were like, oh, this is cute, I love it, it's for me, and you'll take it home and it'll be like a fun little fiction story. Was this fiction? It didn't come from me. That's all I'm going to tell you. I don't know. Thank you, Gloria. I don't know about a story of someone I was just gonna say, I don't know a specific story of a woman being murdered by her boyfriend in Connecticut, but like, I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not, sorry. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody. I only have a name, Gloria. And I don't even know if that's a real name because, you know, what comes through comes through. Facts of this particular story. If you really did receive this from your mom as a gift, a Christmas gift, and then there was like a big fight, and then she died, and you feel absolutely fucking awful about the fact that the last thing she gave you, you like had already donated or whatever, you're good. like you've had enough to go through. Please don't feel guilty about this stuff. And also, like, I do like this. I'm currently a little bit like about the story because fuck. If that's real, I'm so sorry. Can I give you a hug? I'm in Connecticut too. Like, hit me up. We're not, like, maybe not that word, but like, like, reach out. Happy to give you a hug or like, you know, a mediumship moment with your mom. Yeah, because like that came through was kind of just like Gaia led along my own, like, sometimes when you're channeling and you're a medium, what comes through feels very much like, wait, hold on, that's like very relevant to what I've been going through recently. And exactly, actually, it means that you're a precursor. It means that you are a person who kind of lives your life for the people that you're serving, full in service mode, where you're kind of like taking in what you need synchronicity wise to get you to doing the thing that's really going to be impactful for somebody that's coming later, that has like already been selected to receive your services, right? Yeah, seriously, if you haven't been getting like business as a new business spiritual person, there's a reason for that. Don't keep thinking you're doing something wrong. Just keep doing stuff. Anything that feels aligned. I was like, I want to be a writer. I ran to Substack and did a whole thing. Now I'm fucking done with that. At least for now, because like, whatever. I'm like, I did the thing. I speed ran the career. I'm good. I'm done now. Apparently I've moved on to vlogging while shopping with ghosts of people who may or may not have been murdered and have a message for their daughter. Maybe I'm just really, really like a fiction-based writer. I don't know. This is what comes out of me when I touch things and I purchase them. And just when I touch them. Stories can come out when I just touch them. So that's fun. And it's just a final goodbye. Because seriously, there are like names for like what it is I'm doing. I have not had formal training in it. And I feel weird using those kinds of names because I'm being like trained in the moment, like on the ground, like just do the thing after having gone through a bunch of other trainings and stuff. Because you only need school for so long. Let's just be real here. Okay, but yesterday morning, when I got up all excited to write my thing, before I came downstairs and saw the final straw for Substack and was like, oh, well, thank you. There's my exit. There's my exit. Fantastic. My exit ramp. I will take it. This was what I channel wrote, because this is my bedside, my bedside poetry journal. Sure. I have two. I have one up on my bed. I have one down here. I don't know why I need to tell you that. I just did. January the 6th, a message from my guides. We know the path of a catalyst is a lonely one, with truths rarely seen by those who readily provide reactive insults when they feel attacked. Your words will ignite dragons within they have long forgotten require their attention. Waking dragons burn all they can. We are keeping you in physical safety, but do know that the next few weeks will hurt. Words on screens may become something you used to do. Yeah, that's all my guy. Like, most of the time, I'm just writing my own poetry. Sometimes I'll channel through something. That came as a channeled message from, like, you know, Gaia led, but like from the guides. And I was like, oh no, what? But like, for real. Your words will ignite dragons within they have long forgotten require their attention. Waking dragons burn all they can. I just feel like ending it with that because anyone watching this, anyone watching any of my content, friend, you're a catalyst too. And I needed to share that poem with you too because might be how you're ending the year of the snake. Just saying, because let's all remember, please, that the whole shedding thing and year of the snake, there's a reason it doesn't line up with the Gregorian calendar. Like, calendar, January 1st, that was to help Roman politicians in the BCE times, okay? They like went into office on January 1st. That's why. And like the name of it, and like what, but like for real. Our calendar is based on Roman politician. It's just easier for us this way, right? So just a reminder, because I know that, you know, you jump into 2026 and you're like, yeah, year of the fire horse, and it's like, oh, not yet. No, some of that energy don't get here until mid-February, y'all. Like, remember, but also you need a preamble to get there, and you need to clear out and shed through some of the last little bits that you've been working on. So yeah, this was supposed to be a fun-loving little vlog, and instead it turned into what it turned into, and I'm gonna keep making content like this semi-regularly, so I hope it was helpful and beneficial. I'm still... Gloria, you got me, like... And now I'm like, that glass, because that glass, like that comment that I said in the beginning, I was like, the example of the glass bowl, like witnessing it, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that what came through? And that's, I asked that question, and then that's why I got the preview, because that's the thing, man. You ask questions, you get answers. So, you know, get more into your now momentness, and get more okay with not having every answer, and just kind of going with it and being like, that's what's happening. Well, let me have my feelings about this, do an artistic thing about it, and then see how, like, I can find what is really in this for me too, you know? Stop it. That's not funny. Stop it. Sorry, Gloria just did a joke. She was just like, it was almost like that comment was a bullet. And I was like, Gloria. But she's like, if you've been the recipient of it, you get to make jokes. I'm like, yes, but like, no, ma'am. I don't want to invite those kinds of jokes. I don't want to invite that. No, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You need to understand, if this is real and this is true, Gloria was your mother, and you have been like sent this or came across this. I'm so sorry for being an irreverent person. I promise you. One, talk to any medium. They'll be able to talk to her. She's got a big energy. Two, I can be reverent and not telling jokes, but also I am kind of a comedian. Kind of an actress, kind of a comedian. I'm sorry. Sorry, Gloria, stop. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop this now and actually do a ritual to fully say goodbye and thank her for her time, and just completely remove all of this now. And that happens for me after this all ends. So thank you so much for watching. Okay. I think I'm gonna do one more song to just get whatever this is out of my system for like tomorrow too, and maybe a few other videos, but I will be vlogging more, and I will be taking you with me on a few other little adventures, and just keeping you updated with whatever the fuck is happening in my life now. Shopping with ghosts, man. Shopping with ghosts. Is this how I get my big break? Is someone gonna be like, oh, we on this network that you've never heard of would like to have a camera follow you or something? That's how I feel about that. Like, fine. All right. Probably. I don't like other people editing my shit. That's my answer. Look. All right. I'm seriously gonna stop talking now. Bye. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.